3 questions to ask through polls to find out why people aren't converting. That's today's topic on my e-commerce minutes. I'm Rafael Polendagel, founder and CEO of Splitbase, a conversion optimization and growth agency for direct consumer e-commerce brands. And today is a topic that I really like. Polls as a conversion optimization agency, have been incredible at really finding out what was stopping people from buying on our clients' websites. So if you run an e-commerce store, for example, and you're trying to figure out what's happening, it seems like my conversion rate is not as high as I want, or you're not sure what's really impacting your conversions, what's helping, what's not helping. Well, numbers in your analytics won't really help you find out and get those answers, right? So we really have to turn to qualitative feedback. And polls are just a fantastic way of doing it. So I want to share 3 questions to use in polls that will get you answers literally right away after you implement it. Of course, if you have the traffic for it, that will help you really optimize your website for more conversions. So question number 1 is, what's holding you back from making a purchase today? This is a poll that you can display on a product page on Exit Intent, or even on a cart page on Exit Intent. On mobile, what I recommend is go in Google Analytics and find what's the average time spent on page. And let's say it's a minute 50. I would, if this is a poll like this where you're asking what's holding them back, you don't want it to display too early, but you want it to be near the end of that time spent on the page. On mobile, you can't have Exit Intent, so that's why I'm recommending you go and find what's that average time spent on page. But for desktop, Exit Intent is a great way to trigger that poll. Now, again, the question is, what's holding you back from making a purchase today? Now, you can use a tool like Hotjar to display those questions. It should be a little widget that pops up in the left, lower left corner or right corner of your site. And one way to actually get more people to answer that question is to start with a yes or no. So instead of saying just what's holding you back from making a purchase today, start with, is there anything holding you back from completing your purchase today? Yes or no. For those that do answer yes, then ask, what's holding you back from making a purchase today? That's a very little known trick that, really makes a huge difference in the responses you get, because yes or no is really easy to answer. And when you're asking a question like, what's holding you back from making a purchase today? Well, people actually have to write something. So that seems like, there's a little bit of effort that's required to answer that. But if you preface with yes or no, people don't see that right away. So it definitely helps. Now, question number 2 is, were you able to find the information you were looking for? So you can have this, I recommend having this on a product page. And you don't necessarily want it on Exit Intent. You can test it on Exit Intent. But generally, after people scroll to around half the page, this is a great time to, have that poll trigger. And if people say, know that they were not able to find the information that they were looking for, then you want to open up a little box that says, what's the information you were looking for, right? Another similar question could be, do you have any questions about this product? And then if they say yes, what questions do you have about this product? I really love this question because it helps you find out what is missing on a product page. The first question, what's holding you back, is telling you directly, what could be stopping people from buying? What are their main objections? And this second question here really focuses on what is the information that's missing from that product page that you may want to add. And the third question is a question that you ask on the thank you page. So directly right after people make their purchase, you want it to appear on the thank you page. And you want to ask, what was the main concern or fear you had before purchasing? So this is a great way where after the purchase, you can try to find out, what were those hesitations or doubts that kind of went through the customer's mind as they were, in the process and just browsing your website and before they bought. So this is a great question to ask, again, on your question page, on your thank you page. I just want to share with you here, what those polls look like quickly. If you look here, we've got the question, what's holding you back from buying this product? Well, we always preface with yes or no. Is there anything holding you back from buying this product? People click yes, then it appears, and then they can fill it out. So just quick summary, the 3 questions. What's holding you back from making a purchase today? Were you able to find the information you were looking for? And the third one, what was the main concern or fear you had before purchasing? Those are all pretty straightforward questions that as soon as you start reading the answers, you'll get ideas on how to increase your conversions. That's it for today's e-commerce minutes. If you liked what you've heard, please take a moment to like this video and share it with someone that would get some value out of it. And if you want more in-depth content like this, check out my podcast called Minds of E-commerce. It's available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and really anywhere where you listen to your podcasts. Thanks for tuning in, and see you later.